Okay guys, I saw Sonic the Hedgehog, took one for the team, and the verdict is not bad? Hello my dudes, welcome back, hope we are well. Today I'm going to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. I gotta say I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, to believe we started with this, we really made strides for humanity, guys. Well done. Well done. Sonic the Hedgehog is about the beloved Sega video game character, Sonic, a hedgehog, sort of, who had to escape his home planet at a young age and has been living on Earth ever since. He lives alone, he's in hiding because he doesn't want to get discovered, because anytime he is discovered, everybody wants to steal his powers. Then enter Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, aka Eggman, the zany villain who works for the government who is on the hunt for our fuzzy blue friend. Sonic teams up with a small-town cop, played by a dazzling James Marsden. And then what follows is a strange but endearing buddy cop adventure. So the thing about this movie is, it's for kids. And I know you're gonna be like, no, it's for adults who grew up with Sonic because nostalgia sells, man. And yes, that probably helps the initial pitch because nostalgia definitely sells. But this is a movie for kids 100%. The creators even said that this movie is their way of sort of introducing Sonic to today's generation of kids so that it doesn't get forgotten, which I kind of love. There was a little girl sitting next to me in the theater and she was having so much fun. Like, she was excited and she was gasping and reacting to basically every single scene in the movie, and it was adorable, and she clearly loved it, and she's the audience that this movie was made for. So I think that's something. I think if this movie came out when I was a kid, I would probably worship it. It sort of like felt kind of in the realm of like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a movie that like as an adult probably isn't really that great, but as a kid I loved it. Like Spy Kids. I adore Spy Kids. I haven't watched Spy Kids since I was a kid, but at the time it was so much fun, and I think that's kind of the vibe that this movie gives. It's just a lot of fun. That being said, it's very cheesy. The comedy is pretty tongue-in-cheek, so there's not a whole lot of depth, but it's got substance. There's not a ton of character development or a ton of depth to the characters, aside from Sonic, who is like weirdly relatable, but it's also about as deep as a kid's movie should be, so just like take off your adult glasses, chill the hell out, and have fun, because it's Sonic, and for the most part, it's a blast. It was funny, not hilarious by any stretch, but funny, exciting, and honestly way more fun than I was expecting. And Sonic himself as a character is simultaneously cute and badass, which is interesting. And I'm excited that they were able to achieve that, because that's kind of what Sonic should be. Like, he's this cute, funny, weird-looking little hedgehog, but he also has, like, the coolest powers. And when he displays those powers, I think they did a pretty good job of making it kind of cool. Jim Carrey is Jim Carrey, 100%. He is exactly what you would expect him to be. He's the zany, over-the-top, ridiculous villain with some great one-liners, some weird one-liners. They're not all winners. He goes all in, and it's like straight out of the 90s. I felt like I was watching a 90s Disney movie or something. But I'm kind of not mad about that. I like Jim Carrey. I'm a big fan. We stan Jim Carrey over here, okay? I think anyone who's a die-hard Sonic fan will appreciate the Easter eggs, because there are a lot of Easter eggs, and I'm not even like a huge Sonic fan, so I'm sure there are a ton that I completely missed. I think the biggest strength this movie has is the action. Everything else is pretty like whatever, but the action was surprisingly good. It's fast-paced, it's suspenseful, it's colorful, and it's surprisingly badass. I mean, when Sonic starts glowing blue and the whole theater is like rumbling from the bass and he's like getting all charged up, I was just like, this is cool. Like, I'll admit, I kind of got chills during a few of those scenes. I will say it didn't feel extremely fresh. Like, one scene in particular felt almost like it had been plucked right out of another movie. And if you saw Sonic, you probably know what I'm talking about. Not that it's a huge deal, because it definitely works, but it just kind of made me go like, I have seen this before. Also, I think if you complained about this, you should go see this movie. Those artists painstakingly worked overtime to change the design because people complained, myself included, and granted, thank God the design was changed because that shit is nightmare fuel. But we should support their hard work because they managed to pull a pretty good movie out of their ass. I mean, I'm just gonna reiterate, we went from this to this. I'm impressed. Not impressed with their initial idea because why? Who thought that was what we wanted? But they were trying to introduce Sonic to children, so they kind of redesigned it and they thought that was the thing to do. And they were just very wrong about that. But overall, Sonic the Hedgehog was better than I expected, satisfying enough, and a good time for the audience intended. As an adult, not really a huge fan. I'm probably never gonna watch it again because it was just like not really that deep, not a lot of substance other than just like Sonic being Sonic. But it wasn't made for me, so that's the way the cookie crumbles. So I'm gonna give Sonic the Hedgehog a 3 out of 5. But if you have kids, take them to this movie, even if you don't want to see it, because they're probably gonna love it. But that's it for my review, guys. Let me know if you saw Sonic the Hedgehog and what you thought about it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I'd love to know what kind of cool Easter eggs were in there, because I definitely missed a lot of them, and they were just packed in there. They were everywhere, and there were so many little details, and I want to know what you saw, because I think that stuff is kind of cool. I know it's like fan service, but like you kind of need it because it's Sonic. But anyways, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Sorcxisto. Be sure to subscribe to this video if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!